What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today I've got some more entitled parent stories which you're gonna love. Show my child your tattoo. On my 18th birthday, my parents and I all got tattoos, not matching ones, and I paid for it myself. I got one of Stitch from Lilo and Stitch playing the ukulele, and it says Ohana under it. It's on my upper back, so a lot of times when I wear dresses and some shirts, it shows a bit. It's important to note that after being sexually assaulted when I was younger, I have always had severe anxiety to strangers and new people touching me. So a couple of years ago, I was at a store with some friends when an entitled kid, about 8ish, sees my tattoo sticking out from my tank top. It was summer, but it only showed about half. The entitled kid squeals and goes, "Mummy, look, it's Stitch!" We were in a gaming store, so I figured the kid was talking about some merchandise. Then the entitled kid says, "I want to see it!" And without saying a freaking word to me, the entitled mother pulls down the back of my tank top so that her freaking kid can see my tattoo. I lose it. I turn around and smack her hand away as tears are already coming in my eyes. "Please do not touch me again." I have to take deep breaths from screaming at this lady. The entitled mum looks like I just kicked an innocent puppy. "What is wrong with you? Why would you hit me like that?" One of my friends steps forward. "She hit you because you touched her without her consent. What made you think you could touch her in the first place?" "My son wanted to see her Disney tattoo and I just wanted to let him see the rest of it," the entitled mum said defensively. "You should have just asked," I tell her as I can finally breathe again. I love showing it off. If you had asked, I would have had my friends help with my shirts. You can't just go around touching people like that. The entitled mum looks flabbergasted as if she has never heard of common decency. I don't know why you're getting so worked up. It's not a big deal." At that point, I'd had enough and didn't feel like being there anymore and started walking away when she yells after me, "So aren't you going to let my son see your tattoo? He didn't get a good look." My friend, now seriously annoyed, turns and tells her, "No, she isn't. Please leave us alone now." We all walked away before she could say or do anything else. I still get upset thinking about that incident to this day. I never got over my stranger anxiety, and honestly, she made it worse. A lot of people really need to learn how to be considerate of others. Oh my goodness, what a story. I'll be honest, as soon as you described this entitled mum, I immediately thought of one of those women who go shopping with their teenage kids and barges into the dressing room when they're completely naked, proclaiming that they gave birth to them, therefore they can always see their naked body. I just feel like this entitled mum knows no boundaries, and you don't want to meet this sort of person in your life. Now for our second story. A racist entitled mother at Universal Studios wants my wheelchair because her son is tired. Good day, gamers. I'm currently sick, so I've been laying back, playing Smash and listening to EP stories. And then it reminded me of this story back in 2016, may have been 2017. Just for context, at the time I was a pudgy Mexican 14-year-old boy. You read the title, so I don't need to hold your hand on why that's important. I was at Universal for 2 days, a day for each park, with my mum, my dad and my evil brother. The first day went swimmingly. Nothing bad happened, it was great. But the second day is when trash went down. I'm not diagnosed with anything, but every once in a while my ankle will flare up in overwhelming pain, to the point that I can't walk. My parents were reluctant, but they agreed to rent me a wheelchair. Since it's a theme park, they perfectly accommodated my family and I. In fact, it was a lot better because we didn't have to deal with that locker BS. It was funny when the staff would be surprised that I could walk a bit to go on rides. Everything went well. I got all the Harry Potter stuff I wanted. We screamed our heads off on the rides and everything else you do at Universal. But of course, since I'm posting this here, you know that poop is about to go down. My parents went to this stand to get ice cream, and my brother, who was 12 at the time, was throwing a hissy fit and stuck near them. At the time, I was getting a hang of wheelchair driving, so I didn't mind being alone. I went around and looked at the nearby shops. That's when she saw me. Enter the antagonist, the one female dog to rule them all. She who shall not be named, this story's entitled mum, Karen. Obviously, this will all be paraphrased. Excuse me, she screamed as if she was Vicky Guerrero. I swiveled around to face her. "Hi," I said, with a genuine smile, which is the first that has happened in a while. I blame Harry Potter. Hashtag depression vibes, oh god. "I saw you stand earlier to get on a ride, so it's obvious you're faking being disabled. Get out of the wheelchair because my son is so exhausted," she said, pointing to her 9-year-old boy, who poked his head out from behind her enormous back. The son gave me the look of, I'm sorry. I started to laugh. Fumes spout out of her ears as if she was Elmer Fudd. Nah, I said, still laughing. One thing you need to know about me is that I'm an ironic and petty female dog. Nah, do you know who the frick I am? I am Karen Miller. I just looked up the most generic white last name. And I was born here in this great country, unlike you stupid idiots. Everyone around looked stunned at her words. The son's eyes started to tear up since he knew he was about to get kicked out of the park. Look at that, you made my baby cry. Now, if you know, I don't take trash from anyone, besides from my toxic family. I started to laugh harder. What are you, an idiot? Well, there's a problem here. I don't like beans. Cue Seinfeld theme. Chuckles came from around. Okay, I'm sure they did. Also, I don't have to explain myself nor do anything you say. You know why? Why? She roared. Because I'm also an American citizen. The other people started laughing, mainly because I was standing up for myself and being petty. It was around this time my family got out with the ice cream. They scanned the area for me and saw me in front of a steaming white mum and a crying boy. Engage mother bear mode. My mum ran over to me, grabbed my wheelchair and started walking away from the lady. Where do you think you're going, you disrespectful idiot? She said, using the Mexican slur again. My mum stopped. What did you say? She asked, turning around and glaring at the woman as if this was some generic anime. Karen froze, fear striking her eyes. You heard me, she stammered. Before any more confrontation could occur, security arrived. I guess one of the bystanders called them over. Oh, thank goodness, officer. These two are harassing me and my son. No, they aren't, said another random person. Then several people tried to explain the situation to the security guard. After a bit of questioning, the guard held up his hand. I think I heard enough, Miss Miller. Can you and your son follow me? I will escort you out of the park now. We don't tolerate this kind of behavior. He led the lady out. She was kicking and screaming while the son followed, silently crying. I guess he's used to this sort of thing. Me and my family were given fast passes for the rest of the day, and that was sick. Sorry for the abrupt, rushed ending, but my head is hurting and I want to go back to playing Smash and writing my manuscript. Thank you for reading. I'll come back here with some more funny EP stories. That's if I remember. I don't know how to end this, so sans? Yep, what a great ending. I guess this Karen doesn't understand the fact that disabilities don't always affect a person 24/7. And also that you don't have to be disabled to sit in a wheelchair. It can just be used to help you out, you know? You know what? I just feel bad for the kid. Like, as OP said, it's clear that he's used to living with this entitled mum. And it's obvious that she has ruined his life on so many different occasions. You know what? I think he needs a foster parent or get adopted. Just get away from her. Now for our final story. Kid thinks my airsoft gun is cool, which means I'm making him a terrorist. So, a little background. I moved to a new place a few weeks ago with my family. I have a smaller collection of airsoft guns that I like to shoot in my backyard. One of those guns is an AK-47. The house next to ours gives home to a wild entitled mum and her offspring. So a few days ago I had a pretty bad day and I went out to shoot some targets, cardboard boxes, to let out some steam. In the entitled mum's yard, her kid was playing around on a trampoline. He saw me shooting and came to the fence. This conversation followed. Wow, that's a gun? Sort of. Insert me explaining what an airsoft gun is. That's cool. My mum would never let me have one of those. If she is alright with it, you can come over and shoot it. Really? Cool, I'll ask her when she gets home. Alright, sounds good. So I went back to shooting with the kid watching me. When I was done, I went back in, cleaned the gun and put it away. Half an hour later, someone knocked on the door. I opened it and it was a middle-aged woman. She was pretty short and skinny with the OG Karen haircut. This conversation ensued. How dare you teach my son terrorism, you Muslim F? This part is hard to translate. My language has a huge selection of swear words, so sorry if it doesn't make sense. Excuse me, but who are you? I'm the mother of the child you want to ruin. Sorry, but I have no idea what you're talking about. Are you the mother of the kid? Yes. Alright, please calm down. I was shooting my airsoft gun in the backyard and he thought it was cool, so I offered him a chance to shoot it if you are cool with it. If you are not, that's okay, but I didn't ruin him. You did, and why do you have a gun anyway? That's illegal. It's not a gun. Insert me explaining what an airsoft gun is once again. Why are you shooting a gun here? You could have shot my kid. I get annoyed at this point. It's just an airsoft gun. Don't you dare raise your voice at me. You are just a stupid teen and I'm an adult. You have to do what I say. Throw that thing out now. You are not my mother and you have no right to tell me what to do. I just wanted to be nice to your kid, but okay, I won't let him shoot it. But you can't tell me what I can or cannot do in my own backyard. Bye. And I slammed the door shut. She was knocking for some time after that, but evidently she left. That's my story, and now that I'm finished typing this, the realization has hit me that I have to live next to that woman for years. You know what, dude? I would just say you need to warn your parents so that they know who to believe if this entitled mum tries something. If you get your story in first, you're more likely to be believed, whereas if you wait until the entitled mum tries it, then it's the word of an adult against you, a minor. You know what? On the whole, I've got nothing wrong with what this kid was doing. He was just training the neighbor to get drafted. You know, World War III's about to happen. It's all good. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of r/Entitled Parents on my channel. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, drop this video a like, comment your opinions on these 3 stories down below, and don't forget to subscribe for daily Reddit content. If you want more immediately from me, click the playlist on screen, and with that being said, I will see you guys all tomorrow with another fresh video.